What's up, gang? Welcome to But What Do I Know with Joe. Yes, I'm Joe. If you're new here, welcome in, and if not, welcome back. Thank you for joining me as we are going to recap, relive, and otherwise get all over Phish's performance at Madison Square Garden, Monday, July 27th. This was night 4 of 5 in their 5-night soiree at the Garden, right in the midst of their summer tour. And this was the 95th performance, Phish's 95th performance at MSG. So we're expecting a 1995-ish show, set list, something to that effect. Not sure what that means. Also noteworthy, Trey had his Ja Volunteer yellow shirt on, and Mike had the pinkest shoes I've ever seen, ever. So they were ready, and certainly it showed. What say we talk about it? I've taken the liberty of writing out the set list over here. There's a lot to get to, and this will make it a lot easier. So yes, right out of the gate, set number 1, we're off to the races with Wilson. So Wilson, solid set opener at any point in time. So this is kind of expected on some level, but happy to see it there for sure. And they raged through it. Nothing extraordinary about it, wasn't super long or anything, just solid way to start the set. Sort of set the tone and get everybody into it and going, and that was the case for sure. Next up, they roll right into Timber, Jerry the Mule, and so if Wilson set the tone, Timber reset it for sure. This was absolutely extraordinary. They opted to. They went through the song and opted to get into these really aggressive grooves and jams, and it flowed, it softened, and then they sort of sync back up and just threw it down. It was really cool, and in the midst of these jams that were just flowing from one to another, Trey puts the guitar down and gets on the little drum set. So a la the 1995, I guess, is when they started that. Had that little percussion rig. It's between him and Paige now, and man, yeah, he would just get on that, and they would obviously fill in around him. And man, the tonight, just some unreal jams all the way around. The ability that Mike and Paige have to fill that sound is absolutely uncanny, and really cool. Adds an interesting dynamic all the way around. It was great, really cool, unreal. So damn mean as they're screaming that at the end, and that's all I can think of with the jam. Very mean at times. And then out of Timber, we go into Ha Ha Ha, which is really cool and a very cool way just to continue that. It's a short tune, less than 2 minutes. Unfortunately, short but so sweet, and it's just awesome. It's a rager, it rips, and it's certainly cool right after that Timber as well. So Ha Ha Ha, after that we go into Scent of a Mule, hoping it was tonight, no tonight or the next show. This has been, Ha Ha Ha, by the way, 231 shows since that's been played. Son of a Mule is 96 from 2024. Always a lot of fun. It's a fun tune. They don't play it as much as they used to. Certainly back in 95, I wouldn't have been surprised at all to see a Son of a Mule. And anyway, they was hoping for a mule duel tonight, or maybe they'll space it out or something. Who knows? And this was it was solid. They jammed through the tune. There really wasn't much of a duel. Paige played. He laid into it. And yeah, that was really cool. But Trey went back to him. He more or less just went back into the tune and they finished up. It was really good, a lot of fun. There was a minor lyrical hiccup at the very towards the end, I think, but nothing of major consequence. And so yeah, Mule, really cool spot in the set, just keeps everything rolling. After that, theme from the bottom. Billy Breathes tunes, expecting these, that album is just, all those songs were played so much at that particular year. And this, I thought of some of those early versions. This tune has come so far and it's evolved in great ways, that's for sure. But this one tonight was a lot of fun, so great. They took to exploring and delving into it. It's sort of a continuation of what they're doing in Timber. To a degree, and anyhow, really cool. They brought it back in, closed the song. Very cool, awesome. The theme's always a good time. And next up, Halley's Comet. This was really I like Halley's. It has the ability, and a lot of times I feel it gets cut off, but there are a handful out there that they've really taken to the next level. And damned if tonight wasn't one of those fucking nights. This was really, really cool. They came out of the jam and just it started just floating and just drifting off into. It was absolutely beautiful jams. Just certainly in the beginning, and they just they let it glide. And just the music just flowed effortlessly, and Trey gets back on the drums and to again add that dynamic that's just out of the norm. I don't know, it keeps you guessing, that's for sure. And they just threw it down. Mike and Paige, again, still filling the space so well whenever Trey would get off the guitar. And that was like 16 plus minutes or something, or thereabouts, a little less. It's, really, really incredibly cool stuff. A lot of interesting stuff going on in the first set. So out of that, they roll right into Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday. So that's quite a gem. I mean, what a treat, right? And that's after all, as far as we've gone, that's a nice way to sort of take it all in. And this is just awesome and classic. The Man Who Stepped In Yesterday, Avenu Malkenu, the standard flow, and always welcome, and that's for sure. After that, NICU. I'm still wondering, they've done it many times, it's like, hey, why not take this one out for a spin? This was pretty standard, nothing out of the ordinary for sure. It well played, definitely tight, sounded cool. There was a lyrical issue, I think, towards the end, but they, finished strong. Everything got sorted out. Nothing of major consequence. And after that, they rolled right into Funky Bitch. Pretty, not a big surprise in terms of a 95 show, that's for sure. I would fully expect saw quite a few of them in 95. It's always a good, shout out to Sun Seals, always a good time, a great tune. They jam it out consistently. This wasn't anything major as far as 6 or 7 minutes. It's pretty standard. They rocked it out, and and the band they all seem to enjoy playing it. So a good time was had by all. That rolled right into Taste, which like theme, it's so many of those Billy Breathes tunes that are in the rotation, and this one has come so far as well. Obviously, it's developed over the years. So and they jam it out a bit on the whole, certainly in comparison to how it maybe started. And this one they rocked out. They certainly it was a strong close to the first set. Minor hiccup with the timing at the very end, interestingly. So, but still finished. They got it together and finished, and a great cap on a fantastic first set. This Wilson to Taste. I mean, there is a lot of ground covered throughout this set. That timbre for sure. Halley's Comet. Rock solid stuff. This is an awesome start to the night, and yes, first set in the books. So take a break and come back for set number 2. Right out of the gates with the curtain width. A good way to start any set, that's for sure. This is just such a great song. It's the composed part is so beautiful, intricate. It's and the width adds that just well, and certainly tonight this beautiful jam, times serene and just they build it up. It's awesome. It's just so great. It's such a wonderful way to start the set the tone. Awesome, really cool. That gives way to Prince Caspian, and another excellent example. There are many of a tune that has developed since 95, and my goodness, tonight was a really good example of that. The Caspian has come so far. It's this particular tune tonight had such insane flow to it. Within the song, it would just flow from one groove to another, effortlessly, and it would evolve and change and morph. There were multiple times, I think 3 different times, where I had to check what I had written down to confirm that Caspian was the last song I'd written. I kept getting lost. It at times was just so tripped out, highly psychedelic, and just, different grooves. Trey back on the drums, and that again offers this different layer, this different element of okay, well that's a little different or whatever, and I don't know, it just it a number of times I was like, wow, is this still Caspian? And it just exceptional, really incredibly cool, lots of exploration, just wonderful, smooth, effortless grooves. Yeah, really cool. Great way to continue this second set for sure. And this gives way to Drown. Knew there'd be a Who song, was kind of hoping maybe something a little off the beaten path, but as oftentimes I'm wrong, and it's a good thing too, because clearly they know what's going on. This was the right choice. This was absolutely the right choice to play. This just, and the continuation from Prince Caspian, I think they had that momentum of what they were getting into in that tune. And this was just so fucking sick. It was just ridiculous. They covered, certainly to me, a lot of new ground, and they've jammed Drown a number of times. It's a great tune, but tonight was just really interesting. Of course, having Trey on the drums, and he got on the drums a couple of times in this, and that just sort of mixes things up a little bit, and steers in a different direction. And then to come out of it, and he's back there, helping steer in a different direction. So it's, really incredible. And when he was on the drums, the way as has been the case throughout the night, Paige and Mike just filling in that space, like it ain't no thing. This was incredible. Again, they'd be raging. Then they'd go and they'd funk it out, and at like the 20 minutes plus mark, Paige sort of brings back sort of a reprise of the lyrics, like sort of reminding you And there were this one as well a number of times. I had to confirm that there wasn't something else, as I assumed there was. It covered a lot of. This was 29 minutes. They really let this one ride. It's absolutely insane. Certainly one of the most incredible drown I've ever heard. I could have sworn too. I thought Manteca teases and Just Kiss My Baby. But what do I know? It's what I want to hear. So out of Drown, we get Billy Breathes. So Billy Breathes, I'm not a huge fan. It is what it is. Pretty straightforward tune, thankfully, and there's not much more I can say. So happy just to chill, and that's nice. That's especially tonight after that Drowned. It's nice to be able just to chill. And then what's even nicer, the best part of this Billy Breeze, is the fact that it's right after that Drown, and then it's right before this It's Ice. So moving forward, It's Ice. This is It's Ice. I'm a fan. I really like It's Ice. I like the flow. It's the part in the middle, let's be honest. That's really, really cool. Potentially, it typically is, and you never really know where it's going to go. This is just awesome. They ripped through the song. It drops right into that middle part and just instantly funky. I mean, just absurdly funky. Page gets on the clavinet and it's just absurd. It's ridiculous, like obscene funky, and they just jam that out. And Trey again gets on the drums, and it adds, because Page is already all over the keys on this song, and it's so sick. It's incredibly cool. And continuing the mayhem and exploration and just the fun that was going on a couple of songs prior. Absolutely awesome, Ice. And they work it up into this ridiculousness and drop it right back into the tune and finish up as they oftentimes do. So, all right, out of It's Ice, that's done. Johnny B Goode. So, Johnny B Goode. That is the first since 1998, and that's 927 shows. God almighty. That is, so yeah, classic tune. It's awesome when they pull something like this out. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. They jammed it out, traditional style, and of course, did it justice. So yeah, super cool to see something like that. And they wrap that up. And then go right into Free, and the Billy Breeze phenomenon goes on. Free got its start then, of course, and it's another one that's really, really wild to see how it's evolved since those early days. This one was just incredibly cool, righteous. It was. They were patient and slow with the jam. Just let it evolve and slowly but surely, just God grooved it out. So funky to begin with, and the soloing. It's always a fun tune. It's cool to see it now anchoring shows. It certainly didn't start that way. But rock solid way to end this set, and bring the second set to a close, from the curtain width down to Free. That's a ridiculous set of music, absolutely awesome, and even with Billy Breeze, for God's sake, it's really. And this verse, the Prince Caspian Drown in particular, but and that's Ice. Oh my gosh. And the Free, they don't sleep on that. They really, they push it. It's so anyhow, second set in the books, and all right, nothing left but the encores. Wondered if they would do one of those acoustic sets, those mini acoustic sets, but it looks like they skipped out on that, which is what it is. But they did bring the Strange Design. I'm not a huge fan of strange design either, honestly. I mean, I'll sit there and listen and sway, but it's just not my jam. And but hey, it's cool, it's concise, it is what it is. And the best thing is, you know, man, they're gonna rip something up as soon as this is done. And in this case, it was Loving Cup. And so that's, you know, not a bust out, but just a great song. We know we love it. You know, they always rip it up, and tonight was no different. So that was a really strong way to end the show and the last encore. And yeah, close out the show. So boom, there it is. The show in all its glory. It's this show has a whole heap ton of replay value, most definitely. Starting in this first set, I've keyed on these. That timbre, the theme, the Halley's, my goodness. It's definitely worth checking out for sure. And you know, I mean, really, you could just play it through. The ha 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 is cool. Son of Mule. I mean, these are all pretty standard, and all these too. So you might as well just let it ride. The second set, though, this is truly where it's at. Real, just insane stuff. And again, the whole thing. Even it's worth listening to Billy Breathes just to have to listen to the rest of that set. Definitely. So, yeah, and I would. This is the play of the day for me. This Prince Caspian and Drown situation. That whole chunk of music is just, that's absolutely incredible. It's like 45 minutes or something, maybe more, I don't know. It's really phenomenal. Great playing and just hey, another incredible show in this string. They've got one more, but that is my assessment of Phish's performance at Madison Square Garden on July 27th. But what do I know? So as I said, night 4, we've got night 5 coming up, and then rest of the summer tour beyond that. So be sure to join for night 5 and see how they wrap this up at the Garden. Our journey here is ended. Until next time.